Hello and welcome back to the channel. I'm delighted today to be joined by Kallum Brisset from Those Were the Days, TWTD, the Ipswich Town Fans Forum. You've probably heard of it, and if you haven't already, go and check it out with the link in the description. How are you, Kallum?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you, Harvey?
Yeah, all very good, thank you. And it'll be even better if Ipswich Town can secure another win on Sunday. Obviously, we're a week on at the time of recording from beating Tottenham last week, and if we can get a second 3 points of the season against Manchester United, I think we'd all be very happy, wouldn't we?
Yeah, I mean, it would be. I for one was pretty surprised that we beat Tottenham. So if we could get 2 from 2 against Spurs and Man United, wow, wouldn't that kickstart the season?
Yeah, it would. And I just think going into Sunday and the atmosphere off the back of that Tottenham win is going to be immense, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, Portman Road was going to be rocking anyway for the visit of Manchester United. No matter, I saw something the other day which I completely agreed with. It was no matter how poor Manchester United are doing or transitional period or whatever, they're still probably the biggest club in the world, and it's the fixture that jumps off the page when you're in the Premier League. So Portman Road's always going to be rocking. Off the back of that Spurs win, it's going to be even better. I can't wait.
And with that atmosphere, with the game that it's promising to be, with a team that in our end have been struggling at the bottom of the table, Manchester United by their own account have been struggling, but there's a lot of undercurrents in this match as well. You have the obvious effect that this is Ruben Amorim's first game in charge of Manchester United. Kieran McKenna, obviously managing against the club where he was assistant manager. You've got people like Axel Tuanzebe who have played for Manchester United. How much are they going to play into the occasion, those little undercurrents?
Well, they all play their part. I mean, it was billed before Amorim came in as Kieran McKenna against his former side. In a way, that's kind of the secondary story now because it's all about Ruben Amorim's first game in charge of Man United and how that fares will be really interesting to see. And I wonder whether it might play into Town's hands or play against them. That the fact that a new manager, but has he had the time to instill his ideas on the team, etc. Will it'll be a fascinating watch, I reckon.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I think it's really interesting, isn't it? Because Amorim going in there, having the international break to work with just 4 players it is. Because initially when that first came about that he was going to have those first couple of weeks whilst the international break on, I initially panicked because I thought he's going to have all that time to work with the players. They're going to come. They're going to be really fresh. They're going to be well up for it to try and impress the new manager. But you have got to look at it and think, well, much like all of the Premier League clubs have had in this couple of weeks where there's been no football, it's actually a much more reduced squad that these managers are having to work with. So actually, the likes of the players that are out on international duty, they're going to actually be coming into the game having only had a few days to work with the new manager. So whilst it is going to be a difficult occasion and all of the players are going to be playing to impress a new manager, it's also interesting in the sense that actually they haven't had the time probably yet to embed themselves with the new manager. And we might see players that haven't been on international duty maybe given the nod over those more recognised players on the basis that they've had more time to integrate into the system. So I just think about that game, and I think obviously there's going to be so much media there, isn't there? There's going to be loads of it being Amorim's first game. I just wonder how important is it that Ipswich Town can build on the momentum from Tottenham and try and at least get a point here.
I think it's important. I don't think it's fundamental. I think the win at Tottenham has alleviated a lot of the pressure. There was so much talk about how Town were the only side who hadn't won in the division and when's that first win going to come. Now that first win has come, I feel like that pressure is slightly off us at the moment. And the whole narrative going into this game, nationally at least, is going to be all about Ruben Amorim's first game and Manchester United. So I don't think there's any pressure on Town kind of externally going into this game. I think it's all on Manchester United, which hopefully plays into our hands. Hopefully we can go out there and put in a performance that matches the one at Tottenham. And if it does, then certainly there's a chance that we might get a result. And if we were to get a result, then the whole world will be watching. It will certainly be a very very viewed fixture around the world. So why not try and impress the national and international broadcasters who are going to be there?
And I think the pressure is very, very important because if you look at the 2 sets of fan bases, Ipswich Town, a team that probably weren't expected to be in the Premier League this quickly, the pressure's not on us at all, is it? It's on the new manager. It's on the club that have won however many Premier League titles, FA Cups. They should be expected to come to Ipswich and beat us, shouldn't they?
Yeah, 100%. But football doesn't work like that. So let's see what Town can produce on Sunday.
Yeah, no, fingers crossed. I'm very confident. I'm interested to know what is your score prediction?
Oh, you've thrown me on the spot here. My heart's telling me 1-1. My head tells me Man United will nick it. We'll go with the heart. We'll go for 1-1.
Yeah, good. I like to hear that, but I am actually really confident, and I'm going to back Ipswich for a 2-0 victory. I just don't think that Amorim would have had quite enough time to work with the squad. I do expect them to kick on after Ipswich. Maybe I don't know who they've got after us, but they have got a couple of what looks on paper like very winnable games for them. But I do think it is going to take a while for them to embed in. And just off the high that was Tottenham, I think we're going to be so up for it. And I've got my fingers crossed, but we'll see. And I'm sure at some point we'll chat again and hopefully be able to celebrate what was a really good win against Manchester United. As long as it's not a 9-0, hey, like before.
Yeah, let's hope. But yeah, as you were saying, let's hope we catch them at a good time. Why not go and play them this weekend when they might be in a bit of transition? It's as good a time as ever to play them, I think.
Thank you very much, Callum. Really appreciate that. Thanks for coming on the channel and all the best with all the TWTD stuff.
Thank you, Harvey. Cheers.